For case study one, Emma. The first part is to understand basically Emma's situation. So Emma's in third grade, but she's way beyond way beyond her grade's curriculum. And so in class she's found like doodling, drawing, and she really loves like creative writing. So she spends most of her free time when she's not doing assignments or when she's already completed assignments, doing those different things. And she shows high unconscious competence, which is like the highest level. So she can do everything without basically thinking about it. And that means she's ready to be challenged. And then in consideration learning theories, we're using behavioralism. And in this theory, we can observe her behavior and how she's not paying attention in class. She's doodling, she's writing, she's drawing, she's doing basically anything that she's really passionate about instead of doing the actual schoolwork, which shows that she needs to be challenged. Um, so we could also take these skills and incorporate them into future lessons to keep her more occupied in the lessons that are being taken place. And then considering Bloom's taxonomy, she's at the apply level, which is basically kind of like the middle of the triangle. She could technically create her own things, but she's at the apply where she's ready to take it a step further and take what she's already learned. She already has it perfectly mastered, and then she has to apply it to real life situations or different scenarios. And then teaching strategies could be like engaging activities that wouldn't leave room for her to be off task, having Emma connected subjects she's already mastered, and yeah, just those kind of things. And then my research area, I researched five different stages. The first one I researched was Piaget's 4 stages of cognitive development, and this is where I found out the level that she was at. Um, so for this, with her being in third grade, she'd be put under the operational thought stage, and she's using logical operations when solving, including inductive reasoning and going from specific to general. So she's already mastered these topics, and she should be considering the next group to really challenge her on these subjects. The next thing I researched was Bloom's taxonomy, and I found that Emma has fully mastered understanding math concepts. Seems like she's able to apply and analyze what she's already doing. The teacher has to assess that, of course. And then the next step for her would be evaluating, analyzing, creating. Those things would really give her a challenge in the work. The next one that I researched was the hierarchy of competence. So kind of like I said earlier, she gets bored in her classes because she's already at the top of the hierarchy, which is unconscious competence. She can do everything without thinking about it. The next one that I researched was instructional hierarchy, and this website really goes into detail about it. It says that different instructional ideas will like kind of help aid her to the next learning development stage. And just like in the last hierarchy we talked about, she's at the top. She's ready to be challenged. Um, she's current she's currently fluent and accurate in all her mathematics, but she doesn't use them in like different situations, which I guess would be the next step for her. And then the last one that I researched was just different learning instructional strategies. And I read a blog actually, it was really good. It was called Ford Teacher Recommending Strategies for Math. And then the one that I really liked was it talked about how students can use whiteboards to keep them engaged in the different studies. It's a really good way of engagement. So this last thing I researched, and then the overall teaching, I planned to have the whole class engage in different types of like multiplication and division word problems. And in Emma's case, it would be differentiated. So she would have like a whiteboard and she'd still have like all the products that the other kids would use. She'd have a whiteboard, she'd create her own problems. She would have to use numeral word problems, just kind of give her a real challenge in that math aspect. And then just some misconceptions that could be considered, just like language of the word problems. There's also order of operations that takes kids a while to understand. And then, see, the last one I kind of talked about is determining whether a word problem would be multiplication or division, because those kids already know that. But when they're applying it to word problems, it's whether or not it's multiplication or division. That's kind of hard to go through. But yeah, with these different teaching strategies, learning strategies that are being implemented, she should be able to get challenged in her classes, yet still be in the same class, but be more challenged, and she should excel her learning through that. So yeah, that's that's all I wrote about.